Born in Sydney.
Yeah.
Was Sydney till I was about 11. Moved to Queensland. So I was always a lot more theatrical than my brother and sister.
Yeah.
I was definitely a lot more drama
Yeah.
based and theatre based, which is, you know, always led me into that area. I went to uni, done technical productions, which is like backstage in theatre.
Right, yeah.
So I
yeah.
learnt my trade there. And then sort of just kept going. Worked in America for 4 years.
Yeah.
Worked on Broadway. Worked at a summer camp in America. So
Yeah.
biggest theatre camp in America. Like it's like celebrity status. Like one of my best mates is Jason Alexander's son from Seinfeld.
No way!
Yeah. In high school, I did early childhood. Other things happened and like life took over, and
Yep.
I had the opportunity to do theatre because I got into uni doing that way.
Yeah, yeah.
And sort of just that was where life led me. So yeah, then I made the leap to childcare, and that's the best thing I think I've ever done.
Yeah, yeah.
Make a difference. Like you're watching these little kids go from like not knowing anything to graduating high school, and you're just like, how did that happen? And just watching the interaction from the first day I got here to now, just watching these kids just like blossom, and just like Mr. Justin this, Mr. Justin that. I'm just like, you know my name. Like, well, you know my name. So, and like, it makes me kind of feel really like warm inside to know that they're getting an education, they're learning, they're exploring what they want to do with their lives as well. I'm just like, oh, this little person is like, I'm on their radar.
Yeah.
And like, there's so much on their radar every second of the day to actually like remember the next day is like, oh yeah, that's right, Mr. Justin's here to teach.
Yeah.
Is something really cool.
But
you always get to that point where you're like, do I want to get out of bed? And my answer is always yes.
Yeah.
It's something about the sunshine that they have that kind of invigorates you all the time. And you're like, you just want to keep pushing yourself further and further, because if you don't push yourself, you can't push them to be the best that they can be.
Yeah.
So I think by pushing them, it's pushing me to get the best out of myself as well.
Yeah.
Because I would always find something random in Justin's pockets. Like, they put it in there, they're like, here, enough.
I'm not.
I'm like, and it rattles. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I've gone home with trucks and cars and superheroes, and what they find intriguing is like, you know, while we look at it on the ground, we're like, oh, it's a nut. They're like, this is the best thing in the world. I'm like, just seeing a world through a child's eyes is just incredible. And I'm like, sometimes I'm like, oh God, I wish I was a child again. I want to have joy in my life. And like, I think these little people do. Like, they bring you so much joy. The love and the family orientation you have here, like, it does feel a lot more like a family. We do care about the kids. We do care about each other staff-wise. You kind of want to feel like home. And that's what I think you want to give those kids. It's like, it's a home away from home. Taking those elements that I've learned in my life and molding it into something that can be used here, and like my arts and crafts and things like that, is definitely a new era, a new way for the kids too. And I love being a clown. I love dress ups. I love all that sort of stuff. I'm the first one to put on a costume and off I go.